Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to look into the Divine Feminine energies for the Twin Flame Collective. Yesterday I did the Divine Masculine, and I will leave a link for that video if you are interested in looking at it. So as I always say, this is a general reading and will not resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates with you and leave behind the rest. So first of all, I want to look at the overall energies for the Divine Feminine Twin Flame Collective at this time. What is in the Divine Feminine's overall energies? These cards have already been pre-shuffled, so it takes a bit of time out of getting through this. Intuition. So I feel a lot of the Divine Feminine at this time are being called to really genuinely tap into that intuition that we all naturally have. We all have psychic, inner, intuitive abilities, and when you're in a twin flame connection and a journey, it's 100% guaranteed that some of these are going to be very strong for you, and you are going to be able to use them to your benefit in this connection, not just with your Divine Masculine, not just with figuring out where this connection is going, where you guys are at healing, when union may be coming forward. This is far more expansive than that. This is intuition with every aspect in your life, and also with regards to all the connections that you have at this time in the world that you may not even be aware of, because we are all connected. So in the overall energies for the Divine Feminine, I feel that a lot of you are being asked to really pay attention to this intuition. Try not to fob off your intuition as wishful thinking. Sometimes it will be wishful thinking. If you're not quite in tune with your intuition, it's going to take a while for you to realize what you can listen to and what you kind of just need to let go of. But as you practice and let that in, you will figure it out. So also, I feel that a lot of the Divine Feminine are getting a lot of intuitive downloads at this time. This could be from your Divine Masculine, letting you know where they're at with their healing process, and just with this connection and journey in general, but also where you need to be at, what you need to be doing. Understanding that even if things on the surface are looking bleak and grim, that there's just so much more behind this bleak and grim time that you're in, or this painful experience that you're going through, is just a stepping stone into the next phase of this journey. And this journey continues regardless of whether you are currently with your Divine Masculine or separate. It doesn't matter. That is a physical 3D view. You are always in connection. So make sure that you're always using your intuition, tapping into it, practicing to use it. Figure out what your intuitive strengths are if you don't know already, and just really trust your gut, trust your heart. Try not to let those ego or shadow thoughts come in and wipe that away from you. So yeah, that's the Divine Feminine's overall energy. Let's now go and look into the Divine Feminine's headspace. What is in the Divine Feminine's headspace with regards to this twin flame connection? So this could have double meanings as well. The first thing I see here is that it's possibly tied in with this, oh, that is very wonky, tied in with this intuition as the overall energies for the Divine Feminine, where they may be using their intuition to really envision this happy, celebratory, joyful time where their Divine Masculine does come back in with a solid, firm understanding of what they want, and not allowing anything to get in their way. And what they want, and not and won't allow anything to get in their way of, is this new beginning with their Divine Feminine again. They want to have this this restart, and I feel that for a lot of Divine Feminines, they can really feel it. They're using their intuition and their understanding that ultimately this is what the divine masculine wants. You could be getting telepathic communication as well. Yesterday there was a bit of that coming up in the divine masculine reading. But ultimately, I feel that the divine feminine just are really, especially in their thought space, holding some very unconditional love, nurturing, empathetic energies towards their divine masculine, of everything they've been through together and everything that their divine masculine may be going through at this time. However, I also feel that a lot of the divine feminine are understanding that this time of joy and celebration will come. The divine masculine will understand what they want and will start taking solid, passionate steps towards getting there. And so in the meantime, the divine feminine are really just working on giving themselves their own empathy, nurturing, love, understanding, and filling their own cup, so that when this divine masculine does come back in, they're going to have more of a chance of this connection being successful and victorious. They know that it's just a matter of time and healing and divine planning, basically, for this to come in. So I'm also getting energy for a different set, or it could possibly be the same set of divine feminines. But with this, I almost feel like the divine feminine have used their intuition to understand a little bit more about this twin flame journey, what it all means, and are actually starting to entertain the idea of allowing someone new to come in. They want this joy and happiness, and they understand that they've got this sacred journey with their divine masculine, but they also understand that there's more to life, especially if you're in separation and have been for a long time, or if there is actually events and circumstances that definitely basically just make it so that you're not actually likely to ever be in a physical romantic union with your divine masculine. And so I feel that a lot of the divine feminine are coming to grips with that and understanding that they still deserve love. They still deserve to have these other lessons and journeys and gifts and just a really satisfying life with someone else. They deserve the affection, the attention, and to give and receive with someone else. And so they're actually allowing this joy and happiness and celebration to come forward with someone else. And this could be a soulmate. This could be another soul connection, someone in your sort of like soul family, where a new beginning in love can happen, because you do have a lot of empathy, nurturing, and love to give. And you know that this can be successful and that it doesn't break the connection with your divine masculine. Now, I understand that some of you watching this may be of the feeling that you're going to wait for your divine masculine, that you're going to either stay celibate or not let anyone else in. That's completely fine. If that's how your intuition is guiding you along this journey, then absolutely follow that. This won't be for everyone, this section of the headspace for the divine feminine. Just take what resonates with you and leave behind the rest. It could, as I said before, just be that you're coming to an understanding that your divine masculine will come forward. You're using your intuition and possibly the law of attraction to really visualize and manifest this coming in and being victorious, and a beautiful new beginning to celebrate with your divine masculine. So either way that resonates with you, just take it how it works for you. Use your own intuition throughout this reading as well. So now I want to get into the divine feminine's heart space. What is in the divine feminine's heart space with regards... Whoa, I don't feel like... I think that was my fault. What is in the divine feminine's heart space with regards to this twin flame connection? What is in the divine feminine's heart space with regards to this twin flame connection? So I feel even though in the Divine Feminine's headspace where they're seeing this potential for joy, new beginnings in love, and basically a successful and victorious outcome of this connection, or if you're in the group who are allowing new love to come in, a successful connection there, I feel that the Divine Feminine are also really aware of the toll that this sort of journey can take on your heart, on your emotions. It's not easy, it's draining, it's exhaustive, it can almost feel like you're being completely broken at points, because along the way you're getting mirrored back to you things that you really do need to heal and cut away and let go of. Childhood wounds, and some people have some very heavy childhood wounds. Everyone's story is just as valid regardless of what words we use to express what our story has been. Underneath it all, there is a layer of feelings and emotions that we experience that is shared among the human race. And so it doesn't really matter what it is, but this connection is going to bring that up for you and is going to make you have to deal with that and heal through it and grow where you can. And so I really feel in the Divine Feminine's heart space, despite seeing this positivity and thinking about this positivity coming forward, the Divine Feminine are really trying to figure out what they want to hold on to and keep close to themselves, and what they want to keep up for display. So this could be, maybe you've held your heart on your sleeve in the past, both with your Divine Masculine, but just maybe in relationships in general. And now you're trying to figure out, well, I don't want to completely close myself off. I've got a lot of gifts and treasures to give other people, and I don't want to stop that. But there are some things that I feel I don't want to share with other people, or that I'm not going to give over so easily. And so I feel that a lot of the Divine Feminine are really trying to get clear on that and figure out what this is, what they want to keep to themselves, what they're willing to share. Some Divine Feminines will have closed their heart off, and that will just be a part of your growth and lessons and journey in this as well. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong if you're too open as well. But I feel a lot of the Divine Feminine are just now realizing that, or getting a clearer understanding that there needs to be boundaries put in place with how much you give and what you will give once you realize, or once the other person has proven their worthiness of that to you. And so this decision process is, there's going to be some, I guess, foreign lands that you're going to traverse. It's almost like you need to figure out, are you going to go down the path that has already been paved for you by other people, or just by your own experiences, or are you going to go down something completely unknown to you and just follow your gut as to how you let your heart unfold, or allow other people into your heart during this process of manifesting in either this connection with your Divine Masculine or this new person. How are you going to go about that? But I do see here that as a result of everything that the Divine Feminine have been through, there's a lot of strength here. I feel that through this process of going through your treasures and figuring out what's on display, what's not, what you're going to keep close to your heart, what you're going to just allow everyone to have access to, you've actually gained a lot of strength, but you've also recognized and become clear in the strength that you've always had. Because whichever way this goes, so say you were someone who everything was just worn on your sleeve, you gave your heart 100% every single time, especially to your Divine Masculine. Some people, when they get hurt, might criticize themselves for that and see it as a weakness, but there's actually strength in that. There is strength in having an open heart. There is also strength in having a closed heart and not allowing anyone to break those barriers and keeping everything to yourself. But despite that being a strength on either extreme end, either side of the spectrum, the real strength is from having clarity and boundaries in what you give and who you give it to, and how you open yourself up and when you open yourself up. So I feel that this next part of the journey is really figuring that out. So when your divine masculine comes back, what are you going to give to them? What are you going to allow them to see and experience from you, as well as for the divine feminine who may be manifesting in a soul connection or a soulmate? This is where the strength is, and you're realizing that you always have it. And so despite what happens and what has happened in the past, you're still a winner in all of this. Even if in the past someone else has come in and stolen your swords and you've been left in the background just kind of winded and not understanding what's happening, I feel a lot of you are realizing that there's strength in this, and that this was actually a beautiful lesson. You know, it was painful at the time. Probably didn't deserve to go through it, but it's how you've gotten to where you are now. It's how you've gotten this clarity, and it's how you've gained strength and recognized the strength that you've already had. And so I feel this time, as far as your emotions go, you really are just trying to figure out where you want to go with this new understanding or deeper insight into what you've got. Do you want to go and revisit old cycles and do it differently, or are you ready to go down a path that you've never been down before? And there is no right or wrong path to take here. So now let's look into the divine feminine's physical space and their 3D space with regards to this twin flame connection. One more card for the divine feminine's 3D space with regards to this twin flame connection, please. So this is really interesting, because in the headspace we had some really uplifting, positive, exciting kind of good outlook of the future energies, and then in the heart space we've got a sorting out of where to next. How do you want to proceed now that you've gotten this new understanding and insight into your emotions, your heart, and the way in which you connect with other people, possibly figuring out how to set boundaries or just changing the boundaries you already had. And then in your 3D space, it's almost a lot heavier. So in your everyday life, it's almost like you're going through a really difficult time, and so you're just trying to process this in your mind. You're trying to stay positive and understand that there is a bigger purpose behind all of this. In your heart, you know that you need to do this healing and sort through everything, but in your 3D space, it really is where it's all it's quite painful. So even though you may be in those moments where you're really happy and positive about the future, you're also going to be feeling knocked back as well, and stuck back into that painful either feelings or memories of this connection or your past or whatever you are going through right now with regards to this twin flame journey that you're on. And I feel that this is a lot of the healing process. So a lot of you may also have things coming up in your everyday lives, in your 3D world, that aren't connected to your twin flame on the surface. Like, you may not be able to connect the dots between it all, but it's almost like one thing after another that you just have to go in and you need to heal and you need to purge and you need to let go of. And it could be making you feel like even though you're doing all this hard work on this journey, you are doing the healing, you are integrating what you need to work on, like what you need to integrate, you're still in the same spot, or you're not moving forward in any way, or you're some of you may feel like you're in limbo and the cycles just keep going, or there's just no movement at all. But I honestly feel through this whole entire reading there has been an immense amount of movement, an immense amount of healing, regardless of what you're seeing in your everyday life. This Eight of Swords here is letting you know that you can release yourself from these bondages and these ties that are keeping you stuck here. So there is still something going on with the way that you're thinking or perceiving your experiences that you're having. So if there is one thing after another happening to you right now, and they don't have to be big things, they can be really small things that just become so burdensome as they pile up, try and have another look at what's going on. Is there a bigger connection here? Is there a bigger meaning here? Is this kind of a more subtle way of going in and doing this healing, of figuring out your boundaries and the path that you want to take? Because this all is leading to a new beginning. And this beginning is going to be more solid and firm and abundant and successful. There is something approaching, and that could be why the energies are just all over the place for you right now, if that is indeed how you're feeling. Or it could be why you're feeling stuck in between doing your healing work and getting through this and knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and then getting caught back into your thoughts. You still understand that it's going to take time to get there, and it will, but there is still some more inside internal healing and journeying that you need to do. And I feel with this Hermit card, I'm getting drawn to bring out this intuition again. So going back in even deeper into your intuition, figuring out again what your intuitive strengths are. Are you clairvoyant? Do you have a lot of visual symbolism in your mind? So it doesn't have to be external. This can be just your imagination going crazy sometimes. Are you picking up on other people's emotions and feelings around you? Are you clairsentient? Do you have moments of thoughts that just they kind of give you answers to problems, or give you ideas, another way of thinking about things? And use that as you're moving forward in this, because these will also give you the answers of how to release yourself from this trap, from this prison that you may be in. It'll give you insight into the healing that you need to do, but also allow you to look at the healing you've already done. I feel like this is such a journey where we're always being guided to do more healing, more letting go, more being in the moment, that we actually don't realize how far we've come, because it's always feeling like we need to do healing, or we just get a small time where everything is going well before we're pushed back into this. So definitely get in tune and in touch with your intuition. If you don't know what it is, start exploring it. Start looking up the different types of intuition, and also look into other people's experiences of how their intuition comes to them. Because for a long time, I personally found that when I would look and try and figure out what my intuitive abilities were, I thought I didn't have any, because it wasn't expressing itself in the same way that other people said it would, until eventually other people would explain, like, oh, this happens when I'm getting intuitive guidance. And it made sense, because that's how I was getting it too. So just play around with that. That's also a good way to keep the energy flowing when you are on this twin flame journey and things are maybe slowing down, or you feel like there's no movement happening. Work on yourself a little bit during those moments. So in the previous reading, I looked at the 5D energy for both the divine masculine and feminine. So this time, I kind of just want to get some guidance, some advice from the universe about possibly what the divine feminine can focus on, what they need to think about, just messages that may resonate with you from the universe. So what messages have we got from the universe for the divine feminine on this twin flame journey right now? I feel like this one wants to come out. My vibes speak louder than my words. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. I just want to get one more. Oh, okay, two more. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that I will focus on, that what I focus on will grow. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So I feel like, ultimately, I feel like these are more here for you to decide if something is resonating with you or calling out to you to kind of think of, keep in mind as you're going on your journey and doing your healing and exploring your intuition. But with my vibes speak louder than my words, I really feel that everything that you're going on through this journey, all this healing, all this clearing, and also all the positive visualizations that you are doing is putting a vibration out there into the universe, and you will be bringing in a vibrational match for that. And so as you do that, and as you allow your vibes to speak louder than your words and just trust in what you're going through at the moment, I feel that a lot of you will be given signs and synchronicity and just in a knowing of what the best direction for you is, because you'll be in tune and you will have surrendered to the moment and allowing the outcome to just show itself to you from the universe. And as a result, I feel that you won't, or you're less likely to feel bad or negative or less than for what you really do desire in your connections, in your relationships. I feel a lot of twin flames, especially divine feminines, but also divine masculines that I've spoken to, kind of, they don't really demand or expect that they're going to get what they want, what they desire in a relationship, and so they will settle for less than, because they don't understand how worthy they are and how a lower self-esteem allows some people to just not be treated in the best way possible, the way that they deserve. And I feel that through this process, a lot of the divine feminines are going to realize that, hey, what I desire, I actually deserve. I've done enough healing and inner work to understand the difference between ego desires and actual genuine beneath the surface desires, so that I can trust that I don't need to be unapologetic for what I want, and that, when your divine masculine is able to bring that to you, or when another connection is able to bring that to you, that you will know, and you just trust that the universe will bring it to you when it's needed. So hopefully this reading has resonated with you. Again, if it didn't, or if only parts of it resonated with you, just take what did resonate and leave behind the rest. Use your intuition throughout this whole entire reading, and anything else that you do, anything else that you watch, any of the readings that you do for yourself. This is just really key at this time. Get deep into that intuition. And yeah, if this reading did resonate with you, please leave a like and possibly subscribe if you would like to see more videos in the future. But otherwise, I just wish everyone all the best on their journey. It's not easy, but it's worth it in the long run, and you make so many amazing connections as a result of this journey. So bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.